Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am Donald Patterson. This is NB Bassin, joining you again for another week. I'm not going to lie to you folks. It's been so hectic this week leading up to Fishing for Memories that I quite frankly forgot that yesterday was Wednesday and I forgot to record a show. So here it is. It's 1 a.m. here in New Brunswick, Thursday morning. I got an early call to work, so here I am recording a show. Feel a little foolish, but here we are nonetheless. Thanks must go out to, as always, Fish Bum Outfitters, Carrot Sticks, Southern Yankee Baits, War Dog Lures, Northern Michigan Outfitters, Hooked on Canadian Angling, and of course to my wife and my son. Without them, you don't get to hear my voice every week. Lucky you. And I don't get to do what I do and what I enjoy to do. So thanks to them most of all. Excuse me. As I said, Fishing for Memories. It's almost here. It's now Thursday technically, so a couple days away. Long range weather forecast looks great. Looks like we're going to have a beautiful Saturday. And you know, the stream of emails, phone calls, and text messages I've been getting this week tells me that once again we're going to have another excellent tournament. And it's a humbling experience. It's been a humbling experience since day one, 5 years ago. Today's the 23rd, so 5 years ago today by date. We started out with an idea. And you, as in the anglers, not me, not Jason, not my wife, not his wife, not the representatives from the Alzheimer's Society. The anglers have made this possible. And it's a very, like I said, it's a very humbling experience to see everybody come out very selflessly, because there's no big money on the line. They commit a day on the water. Not a huge amount of money out of their own pockets, but enough. You know, by the time you pay, you know, a small entry fee and burn your gas and spend your time, you know, it's still a significant day for each of these individuals. And they come back year after year after year. And it's just, you folks have listened to me talk for weeks now. I'm not very often short for words. But when it comes to discussing this topic, I have a hard time expressing what this tournament has meant for me emotionally. I can never thank each person enough, whether they've come 1 year or whether this is going to be their 5th year. It's just amazing to see what the fishing community is willing and able to do. You know, here we are with a little charity tournament, you know, down here hidden away on the East Coast, little old New Brunswick. David Chong, Bigger Eyewear, has sent us prizes. Anyone ever heard the name Dave Mercer? Bassin Fishing has sent us prizes. You know, it's grown, it's spread, and the money we've raised aside, the awareness that this event has created at least locally, for the Alzheimer's Society and Alzheimer's disease has been phenomenal. You get a group of young people, for the most part, standing around on a wharf, and you'll overhear bits and pieces of conversation about, well, I'm here because my grandmother, my grandfather. This disease touched home to virtually everybody. So, I want to thank each person. I wish come Saturday I could go around one by one and spend time talking to everybody. But if this is like the previous few years, we're going to be dealing with 150, 160 anglers. I'm not going to have time to speak to everybody. But I hope each and every one of them knows just how much I appreciate, we all, from the organizing side of things, appreciate everybody that comes out and supports, what we have created and what we do. Sponsors, as I said, Bassin Fishing, Bigger Eyewear, Molson Coors Canada, Dorian Outfitters in St. John, Phil's Recreation, Fredericton Outfitters, Sussex Tire Service, Canadian Tire in Sussex, Lord, East Coast International Trucks of Moncton. It's just, I know, Moncton Flight College, Fredericton campus. It's just, I know I'm missing sponsors. I do every time I even attempt to list them. East Coast Angler, Abu Garcia, Berkeley, Lucky Strike, I just can't say enough. And I know, folks, this isn't my normal topic, or not my normal type of conversation, but it is what it is. It's me speaking from the heart with regards to this tournament, which has had a huge influence on me, and hopefully it's had a positive influence on others as well. That other people have said, well, maybe we can help. Maybe we can do something. Maybe there's something more we can do. And inspired someone to commit a little bit of time, a little bit of effort to another cause. It doesn't have to be the same cause. There's a ton of good causes out there, and they all need help. They all need people doing stuff for them. And when I get a email, and I get at least one a year for the last 2 or 3 years, saying, "What's the date of your tournament? I need to book my vacation." That says to me we've done something right, because it's enough of a must attend that people are using vacation days to make sure they can be there. So there's times I am utterly exhausted, at my wit's end, scratching my head, not knowing which way to turn, because there's so much involved. Between preparing, getting the prize sponsors, getting ready for the barbecue, just getting ready. From an administrative side of things. And God bless my wife and Jason's wife, Cindy, because without them, oh boy, I don't even want to know what would happen administratively the day of, because when it comes time to register, it's their faces everybody gets to see. They keep the ship upright during registration, and they keep us organized throughout the day. So it's definitely a team effort, and by the end of the day, we'll all be exhausted. We'll all be ready to put our feet up, relax with a cold beverage, and watch the sun go down. But there's always a sense of satisfaction involved. It's been a journey. How long this journey will last, I really don't know. With the economy the way it is, sponsorship has been more and more of a struggle each year for the last couple of years. And I don't blame the businesses. I run a small business myself. I know what it's like. And it's hard. It's damn hard. So to go after these businesses for sponsorship, there are so many worthy organizations and worthy events looking for help that these companies have to decide, who can I afford to support? What's right for my own demographic? There's a lot involved. So, to the companies that have continued supporting us, I can't thank them enough. I really can't. Like I said, it's a group effort between myself and our, I'll say, tournament staff. Not that anybody's paid, but it's the easiest way to describe it. Our tournament staff, our volunteers, the sponsors, the anglers, everybody. Without it's a puzzle, and luckily we've been able to get the right pieces in place. And I'm hoping Saturday to see a bunch of people come out and set some hooks, rip some lips on some chain pickerel, have a great time, raise a bunch more money, a bunch more awareness for the Alzheimer's Society, because at the end of the day, that's why we're there. And that's another thing, is that I do truly feel that we are blessed that our anglers know that it's more about the money we raise than the prizes we give out. So in times like last year and this year, when our sponsorship levels are a little down, we're having a harder time gathering up prizes. They realize that, well, yeah, first place isn't going to have the prize value that it had the previous year, but it's more about the money we've raised. And that's what it comes down to. And it's, oh, folks, I really can't. I could literally talk for hours about what the last 4 years have meant to me, and about what I'm looking forward to in 2 days' time. I don't want to call it an obsession. Some people would say that it has been. And with everything else that I have on the go, maybe it's an unhealthy obsession. Between my own businesses and my own fishing and everything else. But it is what it is. I wouldn't change the last 5 years. Even if this, for whatever reason, turned out to be the last year for it, it's an experience I will never forget. It's an experience I will never regret. It's allowed me, through fishing, to give back to our community. How can I hate that? How could I ever regret that? It takes something that I love, in the sport of fishing, and allows me to use that